Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL here with another Mobile Legends video, and in this video we're going to have a top 5 best heroes in Mobile Legends. Now this is going to be special. This is going to be a lot different from any one we've done to date, but first off I want to start off by setting a like goal. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes. Hit that thumbs up button, and once we hit 500 likes we'll have the next top 5 video coming. But getting into it, what we're going to be doing differently is we're not going to go into a specific order of who's actually the top hero. This is just going to be the top hero for all five different categories. But you might know that there's going to be 6 categories. Actually, there's 6 categories. Like we have tanks, support, ADC, mages, assassins, and fighters. So there's six of them, and we obviously. So we're going to have an extra hero, basically. That's the main point of what I'm saying. We're going to have a bonus hero in this video, but I'm going to be doing the top one in each one of those specific categories. So it's not going to be like this is just the best heroes in the game. This is going to be the top heroes for their category. So starting off, we're going to go with Cyclops. Cyclops is the mage that I say is probably the best mage in the game, and probably one of my go-to mage personally. And the reason I think he's the best is because of course he has that crowd control. He's able to imprison people using his ultimate, and that's huge. And then of course his B ability allows him to run a lot quicker and get around the map, so it allows him to move. It allows him to go and help his teammates, and then once he sprints over there towards his teammates, he can deal a bunch of damage doing burst, and then with his A ability he can actually do a bunch of damage and deal damage through groups of people as well. So like just his entire kit is dangerous. But I will say that I think that mages, I don't think that they're the best. They're probably one of the more useless categories in the game right now, and it's not because the mages are weak by any means. The mages are freaking insane in this game, but just compared to the other 5 categories that bring so much, unless you can counter one of the categories, which I'm going to get into next. Unless you can counter that one, if you're aware of how to counter that one, then that category is the one that actually becomes useless, and mages are back in the meta. So yeah, it depends. It really depends. But yeah, I would say mages, because of the other categories, they're just so much more useful. I think mages are kind of they need a hero. They need somebody to come and raise the standard and put mages back into the game. But let's contradict that. Coming up with this next pick, I'm going to say that the top support is going to be Estes. Now, Estes, everyone knows how strong Estes is. Estes is literally capable of single-handedly just stopping his team from dying ever. Like, he has that much power where he can make sure his team never dies. And that's probably one of the reasons that he's one of the best heroes in the game, arguably the best hero in the game. And I think that if you know how to counter him though, which is simple, using Deadly Blade, then he becomes a lot more useless, and the supports are then just knocked out of the meta completely, and then that's when the mages come back into play. And that's why I say that mages could still be in the meta if people know how to counter Estes, because it is possible to make sure Estes is just completely useless. But the majority of the time, I never see people actually use that. In higher elos, yeah, but during the lower elos and stuff like that, it's never really, he's never countered. So yeah, Estes is definitely a huge factor in Mobile Legends right now. He's very strong. He's just one of the most powerful heroes, and it's because of how much support he brings to his team. Like, he is a team player if I've ever seen one in Mobile Legends. So yeah, I definitely love Estes. He had to make this list. Moving on to the fighter category, we're going to go with Freya. Now, this is a difficult one. Like, everyone in this category is pretty strong, pretty deadly. Now, you have some that they just aren't viable because they don't have crowd control. When I'm factoring these top 5 videos, I factor in who's actually useful in the current meta and what the current meta is. And there's a lot of stuns, a lot of slows, a lot of crowd control. So if you don't have that, you automatically just have to be put out. But 2 that come to mind is definitely Freya and Chow. But the reason I would put Freya on this list over Chow is because me personally, I just enjoy playing Freya a lot more. And then her crowd control is just ridiculous. She has crowd control that can affect the whole team. While Chow, on the other hand, he can jump and kind of stun, but that it's not as useful as Freya in my opinion. So yeah, I definitely had to put Freya on this list. I love her abilities. I love what she brings to a game. So yeah, Freya. I definitely think that Freya is probably the best fighter in the game right now. Moving on to assassins. Obviously, I'm going to go with Karina. Now, Karina is, I know she's got a nerf, or what people called a nerf, but that range thing, it really didn't do much for me. I didn't see the range being nerfed as a big nerf. I saw the buff that was done to her as more of a more crucial than the nerf ever was. But there's a lot of people who said that she was nerfed, but even still, she can still just completely obliterate the entire team. She has that, if you know how to use her ultimate and you know how to time your abilities and stuff correctly, her ultimate is just very, very dangerous. It's a huge weapon. And now people who don't even know how to use, the reason that I say it wasn't really a nerf is because people who don't even really know how to use her as well, now they can even benefit from her, because her countdown or cooldown on her abilities aren't as long as they used to be. So even people who mess up and just start spamming her ultimate and stuff like that, they're going to get it back even quicker, and she can become deadly for that team even faster now, even if you are a noob with her. So I think that she's become more noob friendly, which makes her a lot more deadly and viable in the current meta for that reason. So yeah, definitely want to say that the most powerful assassin in my opinion is Karina. And that's because of how user friendly she is also. Now we could easily go with a pick like Fanny, for instance, but she's not user friendly. She's not someone you're going to see a lot. So yeah, she's not someone that anyone could use. Now if you do have a strong Fanny, then of course that completely changes everything. If there's somebody who's super experienced with Fanny, changes everything. It could definitely change everything, but 9 times out of 10, most Fanny users are not that just god tier Fanny. So yeah, I'm gonna say Karina is the best assassin. Now moving on to the best tank in the game. Now this is an interesting one, because I want to say Tigreal, and the Tigreal is just the first one that comes to mind. Of course some people would throw Minotaur in there, but what I have to say is Kacha. Now I know this hasn't been proven, he's not even really released yet. He's an interesting pick. He's a weird pick because people haven't seen what he can do just yet, but me personally, I think that he is insanely powerful. He is insanely powerful, and I think that he's going to be one of those initiators that you just can't escape from. Like when it comes to Tigreal, he has to basically put himself in a position where he can sneak up and jump behind people, but I think that Kacha's ability to initiate is going to be a lot better, because he can come jumping in from anywhere. Of course he has to be close somewhat, but he can, if you see a group of people, Kacha can literally just go jump up in the air, dive in on that group of people, and initiate the team fight right there. And then he can absorb a bunch of damage if you have him built correctly, and then he still does a bunch of damage. Let's take that into consideration as well. And then also when he hits that second ability, he makes people walk towards him and try to attack him. So it's basically like he stuns people, it slows people, and keep people coming towards him, so they can't really escape the team fight. And they can't really attack the team either. So he can literally stun people for a good little while. So I definitely think he's going to do some crazy things to the meta. I think he's going to have a huge impact on the meta. So I definitely wanted to call this now. I definitely want to say he's going to be the best tank in the game. I definitely want to say that now. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you all think about that pick down in the comment section below. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on that, because yeah, I think he's definitely going to be a game changer for Mobile Legends. Moving into the top ADC, the top marksman for the game, we're going to go with Carey. Now the reason I say Carey is her attack speed, it's unparalleled. No one can match her. Maybe Mia can be in the argument, but nah, I don't even think Mia stands that much of a chance. We actually did a test video, and Mia, well, they killed each other. Carey was winning a few of them. It was like mixed results, but it was an interesting test because they attacked so fast. And the one thing that I found with Carey is that if you put a bunch of lifesteal on her with that attack speed, she's almost impossible to take down. So yeah, when it becomes late game, she's just insane. In early game, she's insane. Early game, she can take down people very quickly too. You combine her with Inspire, yeah, her attack speed is just ridiculous. So I think that Carey is definitely going to have to be the top marksman in the game. Now, of course, other people would prefer other heroes, and when it comes down to preference, that's completely fine. But yeah, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on my list? If you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think? Who do you think are the top heroes? Who do you think are the top heroes in each category? So yeah, this was something different. I wanted to try something different because yeah, we always do the top 5 heroes in the game, but this time I want to do the top 1 hero in each category, which makes the top heroes in the game basically. So yeah, let me know what you all think about the video. Drop that thumbs up. Let's get to 500 likes. We're going to do something similar for all the other top 5s. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Drop that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'm going to catch you all on the next one. Peace out.